Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the official Winx Club Reboot trailer. This trailer is 2 minutes long, so you know there's a lot to talk about. So let's get to it. For starters, we get Bloom narrating about how she's trying to fit in, the usual odd girl out trope. Mostly because she already is aware of her powers and she tends to get small sparks here and there. The plot starts with the overused coming of age birthday, and I'll be honest, I was really ticked off about that. Like, come on, is it so necessary? There's something special supposed to happen right on your supposed coming of age birthday? Whether it's 13, 18, or 16. And I was right, apparently Stella and Flora do show up during the night, and they did change the direction of the story since the teaser release. What I really like about this show is the fact that they are finally addressing unanswered plot holes from the original. They never really explained this. Stella just assumed she was a fairy right off the bat, but she wasn't even ever told that she had the chance to become a witch either. In the trailer, Farragon explicitly explains that everyone in Althea does have magic. Now it's their choice whether they want to use dark magic or light magic, which determines whether you're a fairy or a witch. This also aligns with the season 8 storyline of Icy, where she came to Althea to become stronger, but chose to become a witch because she assumed that dark magic is better to fight dark magic. And it'd be a shortcut compared to what hell the fairies have to go through. This also aligns with the fact that they are not the main villains for the first season. Honestly, I love this approach mostly because they were mere schoolgirls in the beginning, in the first season, just the same age as the Winx. So there was no way they would have known about the dragon flame or anything of the sort. That is why Valtor is influencing them and treating them as his minion. Making him the first main villain, it makes so much more sense than season 3. That's why the tricks will play a major role, but they won't be the main villain. My guess is the writers knew people were interested in Icy's storyline since season 8 ending, but they hated the animation and people didn't want to watch that junk anymore. So they thought of a different approach, a much better approach in my opinion. And it makes much more sense since the tricks wanting ultimate power right off the bat doesn't really make sense in the beginning and are highly influenced by Valtor. Speaking of Valtor, is it me or does he look like that guy from How to Train Your Dragon 3 where he wants to destroy all the Night Furies? Tell me that's not just me who sees the resemblance. He treats the tricks as his henchmen, manipulating them, offering something they want, but what exactly is it that they want? We still don't really know. And this makes sense since that's what they've done since season 2 onwards. Season 1 was the only one besides season 6 where they weren't minions of somebody else. They're going to need character development before becoming their own villains. I don't know if Valtor looks better or worse. I can't tell. You guys tell me in the comments what do you guys think. And it's clear he's residing in the ruins of Cloud Tower. Question is, what exactly happened to Cloud Tower and why couldn't they rebuild it? There must be a really great backstory on this and I'm all here for it. Here's my question. What is the Trix's motive? What are they after? I doubt it's just plain simple ultimate power. It just doesn't make sense. And here's why. Because the fairies and witches are coexisting in one school. The fairies open their arms and open their homes to them. It's definitely a much better approach than the unjustified prejudice against witches. Like, sure, in the original it made sense because they weren't ever invited to anything and they were excluded. But this time it seems the witches and fairies get along just fine and there aren't any major feuds. That also explains why Griffin is peaceful and okay with the arrangement, and instead questions why are you so interested in this fairy. As for the new characters, a female specialist and some pirate boy, let's start off with the specialist. First of all, what is up with Brandon? He looks so off and weird for some reason. You cannot tell me that doesn't look weird. And Sky, well, he looks a little bit better. The rendering, I'm guessing, has been improved in a way. Timmy just looks like a 12-year-old kid. You can't make me change my mind. He literally looks like a 12-year-old kid. Look, I know I said I hated the season 8 designs, but at least their faces look like the original. The only one that looks remotely like his original design is Riven, but for some reason he's TikTok. Speaking of specialists, a female specialist is a new character. First of all, I know some of you all mad about the fact that another specialist has been replaced, meaning Helia, but let's not forget he showed up in season 2 of the original. No, that's not what I'm mad about. I'm mad about the fact that why can't they let the specialists have their own thing? They already have witches and fairies. Why did they have to take this from them too? The guys deserve their own thing. Like, come on. They already don't get enough screen time. Don't tell me they're replacing it with this new character. I know I said I wanted more specialists, but this is not what I meant. Especially since it looks like this new character is the one who's going to bring back Bloom after everything goes haywire, instead of Stella or even Flora. No hate to her. Don't take this the wrong way, but please don't let her be a love interest. Please. Regarding the specialists themselves, apparently Sky will not pretend to be Brandon or vice versa this time around. And apparently it seems that his relationship with Yaspro will not just be an arranged marriage. My guess is they've known each other since childhood and both sides of the parents arranged their marriage. Yaspro already having feelings for him, which creates a bigger conflict for Sky. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Speaking of difference in personality, Stella completely lost her. Like, yes, she could be obnoxious and annoying at times, but she still had a good and fun personality. She wasn't exactly mean, but she just said what's on her mind. Over the top, sassy personality. Unlike this new Stella who is sickeningly sweet and cringy. Speaking of cringy, there are so many cringy dialogues. I had to pause several times just to go through the whole thing. It's not so bad that they have to scrap the whole thing, but they should change a few dialogues to make it less annoying and cringy. More on these specialists, I was hoping they get their own backstories, their own storylines, and their own episode centric. They didn't have to necessarily make an entire season about them. No, just a simple 1 or 2 episodes centering around their stories. But no, they had to add another female specialist. Once again, they're going to be pushed to the sideline. And speaking of being pushed to the sidelines, Tekna, Musa, and Aisha literally do nothing at all during the entire trailer, which is exactly why I didn't want Aisha to be in season 1 in the first place. Her storyline would have been best in season 2. They just scrapped her story in favor of Bloom. To be fair, and I might get hate for this, Pixies were absolutely useless. But Aisha's story was worth watching. The 3 biggest icks I have about this trailer is the fact that it still seems so unfinished. There are several scenes that are halfway rendered. If Netflix is hoping this show will be a hit, they need to improve its rendering and its animation. Not to mention change some of its dialogues because they are so cringy. Not that the original wasn't as cringy as this, but it was still watchable. So please, you want a successful show? Change some of its dialogue. The biggest change are Stella and Flora. It's like Flora got all her sassy, fun personality, and Stella is a obnoxiously sweet character. She's no longer the drama queen and won't have anything to better herself. Lastly, Daphne. Even her first appearance looked unfinished. It's like she's hollow or something. I mean, she's supposed to be hollow, but that doesn't mean you can barely see her features. As if you can't tell if this person has eyes or no. I will be comparing so far as to what we've gotten and what we wanted. But for now, that's all I have to say for this video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and like this video. Bye!